So again, I can copy or I can view my tour. I'm going to go ahead and view the tour. We're not going to walk through this totally because I am going to add the link in the website at the end, so you'll be able to actually view it live for yourself. But here is the first scene. So if I wanted to, I could turn that ambient audio. So I recorded ambient audio in this particular scene. I would click on my settings wheel and then turn that on, turn the narration on as well, so you could hear that. But again, this would be walking through. You can look at some of those points of interest that we added. Lots of great stuff. And again, that would also, I would need to turn on that ambient audio as well. So here you can share. There's your editing button again. So if you ever find things that you want to keep adding, or of course, it's always a learning process. So students can maybe add something as they go through a certain unit. Maybe they're looking at rock formations first, but then eventually they're looking at erosion, things like that. So they can continue adding different tools. You've also got a couple more options here as well if you wanted to delete it. Again, you've got some different scenes down here. And here's my sharing tool. So that would be where I would be able to send this link to someone and they could view it. I could also, it's automatically saved in my expeditions as well, but that way you can send that out to people too. I wanted to share a couple of different resources that I've built. So this is the tour creator planning kind of guide that I built for educators. I think it's really important when you're learning a new tool, especially from an educator standpoint, if you're still learning it and then want to share it with your students, to kind of really build that out. So I've built in some quick, easy things that you can use when you're building this. So being able to lay out your objectives, your student goals, and again, your student goals for using Tour Creator, this is a hugely innovative and really great emerging tool because they are really building something. They are not just taking in information. So students are not only going to be developing their ability to record online, right? They're going to be practicing those skills. So there's your speaking and listening. They're going to need to be probably writing down the information as they're researching. Writing is a skill, researching is a skill. Being able to write a script, right? So they're going to be able to do that as well. But then also they need to understand the actual content that's behind it. So linking those objectives, where I mentioned, you know, my the earth science objective about the crust and upper mantle, the third grade objective about comparing Earth's land features using pictures and diagrams. So all of those different things, really kind of linking that in addition to the technological skills and the communication skills and creativity that they'll be using when they're really going through and developing this. So I laid out kind of the gist of over time what might be best to kind of introduce this. So maybe you're introducing it, maybe you're modeling it. As students go through the process, then they're able to kind of follow along, similar to what I did in this professional development. And then eventually, as they begin to publish it, so again, this is kind of where you would add information or different things you want to remember. I also thought it would be great to be able to peer review. So again, you can kind of lay out some of that information for your planning purposes. And then I also built a rubric. So it's attached in the planning document as well as the tour planning tool, but I wanted to show that a little bit closer up. So here is your tour, kind of your quick rubric. So I thought it was important to really lay that out and really guide students in the development. So with any new and innovative and exciting technological tool, they're going to want to be clicking around and adding so many great things, but really being sure that we can really drive that focus in and be sure that students are really focused on the real goals. So I didn't go too far in. I wanted to give you some examples, but I think this would be a great tool for students to really kind of goal orient themselves, and then also to allow for peers to review each other's work, because again, Tour Creator is shareable. It's not collaborative quite yet. The next thing I wanted to show you is this planning sheet. Now this is helpful if you are developing your first Tour Creator, as we went through kind of together and kind of drafted one, or if students start to create it. So this would be a great something for them to build on, and then that way they can discuss their location, look it up in advance. Maybe they already have a saved image and they already kind of jot down what they want to say in their audio overlay. So this is sort of a map, thinking map, being able to really get them excited and get them focused about that. So all of these tools are all going to be in the final Google site. So again, this was Tour Creator. Thank you so much for being a part of this professional development. Again, this is a really exciting tool that is exciting, emerging, innovative, built on so many skills that students need in the classroom, and it really allows them to become their own artists and creators of this documents instead of just consuming. So you've got those 4 C's: your communication, your critical thinking, creativity, all of those things. And it's just such an important part of this innovative tool. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing all the creations that you build.